Yes, everybody, yes, welcome back to another episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about your favorite TV series from yesteryear. Oh, yeah. And then we discuss it over a nice cup of Dutch Brothers coffee. I'm your host, Patrick M. Dunn, joined here, as always, once again by Kat Halstead, the author. Welcome back, Kat.
Hello.
Yes, we're here. We're still in beach month. We're ending it off. We're ending it off with a bang.
Yes.
A cyber bang.
A cyber bang.
Yeah. Want a cyber? ASL.
ASL. Want a cyber?
I used to always say 16. Yes, Massachusetts or something.
God, you're such a dork.
That was my go-to dad joke in 1997-ish.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed Beach Month. We threw a special bonus at you. Insert comedy boner sound effect right there. It's been a fun time hanging out down by the shore, I would say. And speaking of down by the shore, what are we doing today?
We are doing the 1990s sitcom from Fox called Down the Shore.
Oh, yeah. It's a wild show. And so I went into this, not remembering this really.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched this, and then I thought to myself, oh, I've totally seen the show before. And it slowly started coming back to me.
It's one of those shows that, we totally watched. I was the one, I totally forgot about it until you said something when we were recording an episode, and I was like, oh my god, we have to find this.
I think I said Down the Shore, and then that was your triggered.
Yeah, you said Down the Shore, and it, triggered my brain.
It was in the Gidget episode way back when.
Yeah.
I don't know, 100 years ago when we did Gidget.
Forever ago.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with this show, it was a short-lived show, so it was on for 2 seasons, 29 episodes. It had Anna Gunn was in it. She played one of the gals, Anna Gunn. You may know her from Breaking Bad as the unfun mom on Breaking Bad.
Isn't she the one, though, who got, Walter White, millions and millions of dollars by laundering all of his drug money once she found out?
Sure. I only watched the first season of Breaking Bad. The first 2 seasons.
Oh.
Breaking Bad, I enjoyed it. I liked it, but it gave me anxiety that I just didn't need in my life at the time.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just gonna read about this show and just read about read episode summaries just so I can kind of know what's going on without having the panic attacks every week.
Yeah, I totally see that.
Yes, but maybe one day I'll revisit it now that I know the ending.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, I don't really think I know the ending. I just think I know that. Should we just play the censored sound effect right here? Walter White dies.
Yeah.
And the one who used to fuck my friend in real life. We'll cut that part out too.
Wait, what? Hold up.
The actor. We'll cut this part out. But the actor. He went to high school with my friend. And they used to fuck.
Oh.
When they were in high school. And she says he has a big dick.
Okay.
He has a big dick. All right, we'll probably cut that whole part out. Maybe we'll leave it in for our Patreon listeners.
There are no Patreon listeners.
Just in case. We'll leave that part in. We'll just play a 2-minute long beep sound effect part, and then I'll just say, and we'll leave that part in for our Patreon listeners. You're gonna say there's no Patreon listeners, but they're gonna want to hear that hot scoop. They want to find out who has a big dick in Hollywood. That'll be the $10 subscription level, find out who has a big dick in Hollywood corner.
Alrighty then.
All right, Down the Shore. What's this about? Who's in it?
Down the Shore. Like you said, Anna Gunn, Catherine DePume. The episode we've watched, it is... Oh, crap, I forgot her name.
What?
Crap.
The guest actress?
No, not the guest actress, the other female roommate.
Oh, okay. I think it was whoa, Cat.
No, I did not forget that person.
The one and only Kathy Ireland?
Yes.
Early 90s gal pal, I would say?
Early 90s gal pal.
Current gal pal. She's she's still hot. She's still, she's a philanthropist. She's an activist. She's a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, sometimes actress.
Oh, it was Nancy Sorrell.
Am I supposed to know that name?
Here's the, okay, I looked at this cast. Yeah, most of them are not people you would recognize. A lot of them are people who still do stuff, but
yeah, the guy who plays Eddie literally acts every day.
Yeah, he's one of those guys you see him in every freaking thing. You're like, oh, that guy.
Or did I mean Aldo? The buff dude, the guy that was the really
that's
fit.
Aldo.
Oh, Aldo. I'm sorry. Yeah, Aldo is. I looked at his IMDb page.
But you see the guy who plays Eddie everywhere too.
Yeah, I guess so. But the guy who plays Aldo, I looked at his IMDb page. He's literally been in everything.
Yes.
everything under the sun. His IMDb page is long. It's longer than penis.
Oh my god.
We'll beep that part out. You'll hear it on Patreon.
And yeah, he's in like so much stuff. It's like holy crap. Like he has 125 credits to his acting IMDb page.
I told you, girl.
So
that page goes on forever. You're just hitting that fucking like little scroll button. And like, when is this gonna end?
yeah, he's one of those faces we definitely saw a lot of in the 90s. He was definitely like, I feel like him and Matt LeBlanc probably went after a lot of the same roles.
Oh, for sure. I could see. What did you say his name was? Something Le Pew? Pepe Le Pew?
No, Louis Mandylor.
Oh, what did I think you said? Louis Mandylor.
I don't know.
I could see him actually trying out for the role of Joey and not getting it, and then like trying out for the role on Buddies, that like Fox sitcom that was like supposed to go against Friends, and then not even getting that part, and then just I don't know, they probably threw him on a random episode of 413 Hope Street, maybe played a teacher, or Boston Public,
maybe
like a random Damon Wayans sitcom. Maybe he played an office worker on Suddenly Susan one day. Who knows? He's your go-to day player when you just need a day player.
I mean, he's someone you would see a lot.
He was handsome. He was charming. He was kind of funny.
He's still hot.
Oh, you found a recent pic? You found a hot recent pic?
Yeah.
All right, we'll put a pic of Louis Mandylor. Shout out to Louis Mandylor. We'll put a pic of him on our Instagram, A Very Special Podcast, or on Twitter, at Very Podcast, and I don't know, maybe like rate him 1 out of 10 eggplant emojis. How many eggplant emojis would you give him?
7.
I haven't seen a recent pic, but just go to our Twitter. You'll find our.
So Patrick, the other actors in this series.
Go on.
We have Tom McGowan, who is another one you see everywhere. He's like the lovable, overweight best friend guy.
Oh yeah, he was great. He was funny. He was charming. He charmed my pants off, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and you know what? He actually grew up in Belmar, New Jersey.
Oh, is that near where you grew up?
No, it's where the series takes place. That's the shore town.
Oh.
That down the shore takes place in.
Okay, so he was like familiar with the landscape of
yes,
being down the shore.
And then we have Lou Schneider, who played Zach. And he works mostly behind the camera now.
Oh, he's maybe a director.
He does a lot of producing, but he's also like appeared on the Goldbergs a few times as a news anchor. Like he appears in stuff, like it's mostly like small voice work, but he's a producer on the Goldbergs. He was a producer on Men of a Certain Age, The New Adventures of Old Christine, Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, he's like a
Less Than Perfect, American Dad.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's got a good resume. I would be intrigued by that. Want to hear something funny?
He directs the Goldbergs.
So I was watching this on like a crappy YouTube, because it's available on YouTube, the episode that we did.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's a transfer from a VHS tape.
Oh yeah, it's totally a transfer from a VHS. It's not high quality at all.
When it said Lou Schneider, I thought it said Liev Schreiber, and I was like, whoa, Liev Schreiber's in this?
Whoa.
And I got excited for a minute. And then I kept waiting for Liev Schreiber to show up, and he never showed up. So then I went on Wikipedia.
That's not who shows up.
I went on Wikipedia, and then it said, what did it say, Lou Schneider? And I was like, I was way off. I was expecting
Cotton from Scream to show up.
Yeah, Cotton Mather, was that his name?
Yeah.
Or Cotton Weary. Cotton Weary.
I don't remember at the moment.
His first name was Cotton. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Such a strange name for a human. Like, the only other Cotton I know is the dad from King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Those are the two Cotton. Like, I know the Cotton Gin.
Actually, okay. Fun fact, the show is connected to King of the Hill.
How?
Okay, in the first season, they had a different female roommate, played by Pamela Arden, I believe.
Adlon,
yes. Sir.
Who does Bobby...
No, wait. No, that's not it. Am I getting my names confused?
No, it's Pamela Adlon.
Yeah, Pamela Adlon. And she does the voice of Bobby Hill.
Yes, and she's now on a show called Better Things that's currently on FX. It's really good. It's a fun little dramatic comedy about a woman who's, I don't know, in her upper 40s, and she has to just raise her teenage daughters all by herself. And she's a voice actor on the show who's kind of like almost out of work, but struggling to keep afloat. But it's a fun little show, and you deal with her day to day.
Yeah, she does, I would say, a good 90% of her work, if not more, is voice work.
Yes, I would say she's the most successful person that has come out of the show.
Besides Louis.
But I still would say she's the most successful person that came out of the show. Like the fact that she's a name, she's actually been in things that with her name on the banner.
Yeah.
Sorry, Louis Mandalore or Lewis. We don't know. We don't care. All right.
Yeah.
What's the premise of Down the Shore? What's this hot premise?
Okay, so this is a show where you have two groups of friends. You have these three guys who are like childhood buddies. You know, they still hang out all the time, and they decide they want to get a house down the shore for the summer. But they realize to get the house they want, they're going to need some more roommates. So one of them, which I think it's the Zach character, because I can't find like the first episode or anything to like confirm all this, works with like some of the girls, and he invites them to live in the shore with them because they want to have a house down the shore for the summer too.
Yeah, and they have like a really nice house too. I just want to throw that out there.
Like it's a nice house. Like, dude, houses at the shore are not that nice.
It's spacious. There's a lot of room. There's a big ass yard. There's enough space in the driveway to fit like, I don't know, probably like 8 cars. It looks like it.
I don't think any of them shared rooms. They all had like their privacy.
That's what I gathered too. And they had a big ass living room. Like it was very spacious. I was kind of proud of them. Kind of these young guys. They're probably in their early to mid 20s is what I gathered.
I would say mid to late 20s.
Post college years at least.
They're definitely post college. They've been out of college for a few years.
They've been working.
They're kind of on their path, working. It's probably like if they've been doing this going down the shore thing, they've been like doing it for a while, maybe with their families, but now they're like, let's do it on our own kind of thing.
So I'm guessing they must work near the Jersey Shore then. That's what I'm gathering.
Well, they work in New York City.
Okay, so it's like a quick...
They all work in New York City.
Is it a quick drive?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay. So, like, I lived just outside the city as a kid, and, like, we could, from where I lived, it could be, like, a 2-hour drive from where I lived to where we would go down the shore, and depending on where they're going, it could be a 2-3 hour drive. That's not that bad.
I'm just trying to think, because
you know?
They obviously can't take the entire summer off of work.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, to drive 2 to 3 hours into the city every day and back just seems like a...
No. They don't do it every day. They do it like, they'll come down Friday afternoon after work, and then they go back on Sunday.
So this is just their weekend home?
Yeah.
I just assumed they spend the whole summer there. That's how I kind of gathered they were in their early 20s.
Oh, according to Google Maps, it's an hour and a half drive. Not even an hour and a half drive.
I mean, I guess I could maybe do that. Maybe like work 3 days in the city and then like live and sleep in the city, and then on like Thursday I'd make the drive. Maybe I'd make the drive. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know their work schedule.
And like, there's a train station too.
Yeah, I guess you could just sleep on the train, right?
Yeah, like
you can go out late at night and party hardy, and then I don't know, sleep on the train the next morning. Just sleep it off and then go to work.
Yeah.
Go to work at Sterling Cooper Draper Price. Just write some copy real quick, and then maybe duck out early. Get back to the Jersey Shore by like 4 p.m. for happy hour, and just tie one on. And then do it all again, girl. Do it all again.
Yeah, it's not like, this is what people do in New York. They will rent houses down at the shore for the summer and spend their weekends down there.
Yeah, and you know what? I would think that they were probably, now that I'm thinking about it, they probably are in their mid to late 20s because Eddie, he definitely had the cash flow to buy a laptop computer in 1993, and that thing was like $4,000.
Yeah. A laptop computer that probably weighed like 40 pounds.
Oh, yeah. You needed to like, you couldn't carry that thing around. You had to just just place it where it was. And if you were actually going to move it, probably took a lot of work. And if it wasn't plugged in, it probably lost its like charge in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not like those lithium batteries we have today. The battery probably weighs as much as my laptop today. All right. So you want to talk about, before we get into the world of Down the Shore, you want to talk about when this aired? Want to paint the landscape that is February 1993?
Yes, when did this air? February 1993. Wow.
Yeah, it was Thursday night, February 18th, 1993. Despite being the middle of winter, in reality, the show just was perpetually was summertime, which I guess was the gimmick of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't explain. I don't make up the rules.
I guess so.
But it was a hot night of television. That's all I got to say. Probably the hottest night of television ever. You ready? You ready for ABC? You ready to kick things off with the alphabet?
I'm not ready, but go for it.
Tonight, we got 2 hours, 2 full hours of Matlock.
Okay.
Starring our old-timey boy toy, Andy Griffith. And don't be fooled by his down-home demeanor and country boy ways, because he was criminal defense lawyer Ben Matlock, who is worth every penny of his fee. Count on Matlock to visit the crime scene, scope out the clues that everyone else missed, and dramatically reveal the real criminal, usually a murderer, during a climatic trial sequence. So that's Matlock. Everyone loved it. Yeah. Everyone loved it. Were you a fan of the Matlock?
No.
You know what? I'm going to throw this out there. I maybe have only seen not even half, like minutes of it here and there. I mostly know it from jokes on The Simpsons. That's about it.
It was never a show I watched.
Everyone loved it, apparently. Or at least everyone's grandparents. All right. You ready for ABC 10 o'clock?
Yeah, it was on at 10.
All right. Primetime Live with Diane Sawyer, probably. Yeah. I don't know. She's probably interviewing Michael Jackson tonight. Who knows? Who knows who's hot?
You're like, she's probably interviewing Michael Jackson. She was not interviewing Michael Jackson every fucking night, dude.
I feel like the 90s was just Diane Sawyer interviewing Michael Jackson like every other week.
That's not what it was.
I don't know. I feel like every time I turn on ABC, it was like, tonight, Diane Sawyer sits down with Michael Jackson to talk about whatever was going on in his life that week.
Oh my god.
All right. You ready for CBS? Fuck Primetime Live.
Yeah.
All right. You don't believe me. All right. Tonight, I feel like we've talked about this before at 8 o'clock, an hour of Top Cops.
Okay.
You remember this? Remember Top Cops?
Not really.
This was, it was kind of like, I'm guessing CBS's answer to Cops. It's a documentary program that was broadcast in the U.S. on the CBS network and for 3 years, from 90 to 93. Mm-hmm. Each episode considered like 2 to 3 segments, usually followed around police officers. However, it was dramatic recreations of events.
Oh, that's right. It was like Cops mixed with like Rescue 911. It was like a Cops Rescue 911 kind of thing.
Yeah, like a hybrid. You would get like the talking head segment of like the actual officer, like, and then I pulled him over and he shot at me, and then we would get like probably a dramatic reenactment of that with like the shaky cam and the side angles, the Dutch angles.
Yeah.
I definitely have seen it. I don't think I really liked it. I preferred like the bad boys, what you gonna do? I preferred that. You ready for CBS 9 o'clock?
Not really, but go for it.
All right. Tonight is part 3 of Queen. Do you know what this is? Do you have any guesses? Also known as Alex Haley's Queen. Does that give you any more hints?
It's probably some sort of miniseries based on a novel.
Yeah. So Alex Haley, you may know her, or him, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, as the author of Roots. Well, in the 90s, we got Queen, which was about Haley's grandmother, who was named Queen, who moves to the North after the U.S. Civil War. There she discovers that she can pass as being a white person, escaping the limits placed on her by racism. Are you ready for the cast? Just
an FYI, Alex Haley was a man.
Okay. I don't know. The name Alex is very confusing sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the hot cast?
Yeah, who's in this cast?
All right, so starring Halle Berry as Queen.
Okay.
Raven Simone as young Queen at age 5. Anne Margaret's in this. Victor Garber, Danny Glover, Jasmine Guy, Jane Krakowski, and even an appearance by a young Jussie Smollett.
You're like, I don't know how to pronounce this.
Well, how do you say that name? Is it Jussie Smollett?
I've just never heard anybody trip over it.
Did I say it? Smell it?
You like paused or something.
I've seen his name written down a million times, but I've never actually said it aloud or heard
That's right. You don't listen to the trash I listen to.
No. Are you ready for a special presentation this night on at 11 o'clock following Queen?
Sure.
All right. Later than usual, tonight at 11 o'clock, Knots Landing.
Okay.
The popular Dallas spinoff that ran from 79 to 93 about the wild shenanigans of 4 married couples living in a Los Angeles adjacent cul-de-sac. Notably starring our legendary 80s gals pals, Michelle Lee, Joan Van Ark, Donna Mills, and Nicolette Sheridan's in it too, I believe.
Like, that's what she was famous for, was Knots Landing. before Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, I never really watched Knots Landing.
Same.
I don't think I ever really watched it that much. I don't know. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember the cul-de-sac for some reason.
Like, what I know about Knots Landing is what I've found on YouTube, which, in all honesty, isn't much.
Maybe the theme song?
Like, and even then, like, when I think, like, it's not, like, I just remember, like, my mom would have videotapes of, like, Knots Landing. Like, she watched it, but it was always, like, after I'd gone to bed.
I remember I just remember the Knots Landing reunion movie for some reason. I think I watched part of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, tonight we're going back to the cul-de-sac. I think that's what it was called, Back to the Cul-de-sac, actually.
Yeah, it probably was.
Knots Landing 2, Back in the Habit.
I mean, let's be real. We totally watched, like, reunion movies for shows we never watched.
Oh, I did that all the time. I was like, I think I had seen, like,
that's just the kind of thing.
I totally saw Dallas reunion movies before I ever actually saw an episode of Dallas.
Same. I, like, totally saw Dallas reunion movies, Dynasty movies. I definitely watched, like, the 8 is Enough reunion movie.
Whoa, they had an 8 is Enough reunion movie?
Yes, it's like one of those sons gets married, and, like, the whole family has to come together for the wedding, and, like, the sisters don't like the fiancé or something.
Oh, is it shades of the Brady Bunch Christmas special?
It's, like, probably the same vein, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but they inserted all these new characters that we have to, like, now care for.
Yeah, it's called, like, a family reunion. I just looked it up.
You know what? We're just here to see Marsha and Greg, but...
Oh, they come together for the dad's 50th birthday.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's like a very bright Christmas. It's like, you know, we just want to see, like, shenanigans between, like, Marsha and Greg, but no, we have to, like, worry about, like, Marsha's husband losing his job. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, are you for real?
Yeah.
I was like, they have kids? What? No, I don't care.
They've got kids that are all sorts of annoying. Like, what the hell?
All right, you ready for a hot night at Fox? You ready for the old Foxy lady?
Yeah, it was on Fox this night.
All right, tonight we get 8 o'clock, The Simpsons. Oh yeah, tonight's episode is Duffless. Do you know this one by the title?
Not by the title.
This is a good one. Homer fails a breathalyzer test while driving home from Moe's. From the Duff Brewery. I'm sorry, the Duff Brewery, and he's forced to quit drinking for a month. Meanwhile, Lisa buys a hamster for a school science project. That's the one where she's trying to figure out who's smarter, Lisa or Bart. I mean, the hamster or Bart.
And the hamster's winning?
Yeah, there was like a, she attaches like a cupcake to like an electric current, and like the hamster tries to take a bite of it, gets shocked, but Bart keeps touching it.
Because that's just Bart. That's just how Bart works.
I think this is the one where Milhouse does like the amazing slinky for his project. And, like it starts to go down like an incline and it stops. And Miss Krabappel goes, "Pretty lame, Milhouse, pretty lame." That's all I remember. All right, you ready for Fox 8:30?
Yeah, what's on at 8:30?
Martin! Damn Gina!
Okay.
Oh yeah, great times with Martin Lawrence, Tisha Campbell, and Shanae?
I honestly don't remember.
All right, you ready for Fox 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
The Simpsons again! What?
Again?
Yeah, tonight it's a repeat of Lisa the Beauty Queen. This is when Homer tries to boost Lisa's confidence by entering her in a beauty pageant. And I remember I always hated this episode. It was a Lisa one. Ugh.
You don't like Lisa episodes for the most part, so...
No, it's just for that one. Only that one we did like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm not here for it, girl. All right, Fox 9:30, Down the Shore!
Down the Shore!
You want to go through NBC real quick?
Yeah, what was on NBC?
All right, NBC is a powerhouse tonight. At 8, we get a rerun of Cheers Leads the Night.
Okay.
Cheers Encore, which then takes us into Wings at 8:30.
Okay.
Then at 9, we get an all-new episode of Cheers.
Okay.
And then at 9:30, we get Seinfeld, now on Thursday nights.
Okay.
We're trying to figure out if it aired after Cheers. That answers that question.
Okay, so I know how my night went. I watched The Simpsons on Fox. Then I flipped over to NBC to watch Wings and Cheers. And then I flipped back to Fox to watch Down the Shore. Because I did not discover Seinfeld until the summer of 93.
Yeah, we talked about that before, because I didn't watch it until I was a freshman in high school. That's when I discovered, like, reruns of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And I was like, why have I not watched this all my life? What is going on? And it was, like, a fun summer of me, like, watching Seinfeld reruns. All right, so that's that hot night of television. Oh, I'm sorry. LA Law was on NBC at 10 o'clock, but we knew that.
That's right. That's what had that slot before. ER.
Yeah, this is probably, the last season of LA Law, I'm guessing, maybe?
Yeah, because, ER premieres the next fall.
Yeah, and if LA Law didn't end, it was like moved to another night. It was probably like on its way out. People are getting tired of Harry Hamlin.
And that is everything we know about LA Law.
I know. If you want us to do LA Law, send us a DVD of it, and maybe we'll watch it.
Yeah.
Probably not, though. We're going to watch In the Heat of the Night first. If we're going to watch anything that we've never seen before, it's going to be In the Heat of the Night.
One of these days.
So we can go down to the bayou with Carol O'Connor.
Okay, so Down the Shore.
Are you ready for the wildest episode of television ever? I went into this with low expectations.
Yeah.
And I ended the half hour and I was in love. I wanted more of this show.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I basically went and watched everything I could find of this show on YouTube.
There's one or two other full episodes on YouTube?
In fact, they're not even all of them aren't full episodes. They look like they might be full episodes based on how long the video is, but they have original commercials still in.
Oh.
So you get maybe half an actual episode and then it's just done.
Maybe you get a Candice Bergen on a Sprint commercial in 1992.
Oh god. There was one with Celia Ward selling pantyhose.
Whoa. Is it those egg-shaped pantyhose?
Yes, I think it was.
Whoa, Celia Ward was doing pantyhose commercials in 1992 to 1993?
Apparently.
Sexy.
Yeah. It was, it was trippy to watch some of these old commercials that because I was watching, after I watched all this stuff that I could find on YouTube for Down the Shore, I kind of went into this rabbit hole early this morning of 90s random ass sitcoms. And the ones I was watching all had the commercials left in.
Oh, I love a good commercial grab.
And it was here, get this double bacon cheeseburger meal from Burger King for $2.99.
Ooh, that's a bargain.
I know, right? I'm bitch, $2.99? Or get a 6-inch Subway meatball for $1.69. I'm what the fuck?
One of my favorite things to do is just to go on to YouTube and just find a block of commercials from the 90s or 80s.
Yes.
A 10-minute block of comommercials.
And just watch them.
Maybe we'll do a commercial break episode where we just watch commercials. We just talk about commercials.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So Down the Shore, tonight's episode is called Computer Date.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically, it takes the premise of Down the Shore, which is just a bunch of 6 friends on the Jersey Shore, but tonight they're taking a break from the beach. So Eddie can go online and talk to his online girlfriend who lives in Iowa or something. I don't even know where she lives. I forget.
Ohio or something random.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just an average day at the beach house. It's a Saturday. I would say it's maybe
end of the afternoon.
Yeah, it's in the afternoon because they've spent some time at the beach, but they're done for the day, so they're coming home. All 3 girls had been at the beach and just Aldo. Because Eddie stayed home because he was working on his computer or whatever, and Zach was home too, watching TV.
Yeah, so they all come home. And they have a random child with them.
Yes, this annoying little boy.
Who's the worst actor in the world, worse than DJ Connor on Roseanne.
But you know what? I'm pretty sure that kid was in a whole crap ton of stuff back in the day.
Oh, he looked very familiar. I was trying to place him, but I couldn't find any info, so I was I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
He almost looks like he could. I feel like I've seen him on a step-by-step episode before.
Yeah, he's one of those kids that we saw all the time.
And they do that thing where they only give the kid 4 lines in a 3-minute scene because he just shouts his lines.
Can I have ice cream? Do you have cable?
Yeah, so they find this random kid. And they bring him home. So they put Donna in charge of trying to call the police.
And she doesn't want to, so Arden does it.
Yeah, so they call the police just to say, hey, we found a random kid at the beach, and the people at home, I think it's Zach and Eddie. Zach and Eddie are
yeah, it's Eddie.
Didn't you even try to look for the parents? We did. We walked up and down the beach for 4 hours. We couldn't find this kid's parents anywhere.
Yeah, but Aldo has this these 2 giant handfuls of phone numbers from women.
Yeah, oh yeah, because he was getting phone numbers. He's oh, well, if you find any information about the parents, he's give me a call. But he was just asking hot chicks. Let's be real.
Yeah,
he's the Situation of 1993.
I guess so.
So they call the police, and the police are hey, this little boy's parents has actually contacted us. We'll let her know, and we'll send her over. Mm-hmm. And it just coincidentally turns out that the parents actually live diagonally across the street.
Yeah, this kid lives a couple blocks away. Not even a couple, a couple houses down.
Yeah, like very close, like walking distance.
So,
But we'll get to the kids' purpose later on.
so
But anyway,
they got this kid. They're all like, just like the other female roommate whose name I'm forgetting. I already forgot the actress who played her. She's all like, "Let me go make you something to eat, kiddo." And she goes into the kitchen, and Eddie's there on his computer, and he's trying to like hide what he's doing, which they find really weird because they're like, for all they know, he's just working on spreadsheets or something, and he's like, "Oh, can't see what I'm doing." So that, of course, piques her interest, and Zach has come in as well because he's like, "I'm gonna try and get you something real to eat, not this weird like carob tofu thing that she's gonna make."
yeah, like somewhere like tofu burger thing, and because the little boy just wants ice cream.
Yeah.
So Eddie is like sitting on the table, and he's just like covering the computer.
Yes.
In the most awkward pose ever. I'll try to get a screen grab of it. It's very weird. And I'm sure if anyone came in and he didn't act like that, they would have not even have glanced at the computer screen. But because he made this like weird production out of it, they really wanted to know what he was hiding. He was trying to make it seem like it was some confidential like work assignment. But he has doesn't he have like a mundane job or something?
You know what? I could not find out exactly what all of their jobs were.
I'm sure he's
because there's really so little information that you kind of I could just only pick up little bits and pieces from the episode.
By the way he was dressed, I just pictured him as being like a stockbroker or something. I don't know why. That's like what.
Like he's like probably just like an accountant at some firm or something.
Yeah, and like they probably gave him a computer. They probably gave him the computer to like do work at home and crunch numbers at home.
Yeah.
The rest of the gang comes in and they like pry him away from the computer. And they find like that he's in some weird like online chat group, and he's just like talking to some random woman in Ohio or some other state that's far away.
And they're like totally confused by this concept. They're like, "Wait, how does this work?"
Yeah, so then we get this like fun scene where Eddie has to explain the internet.
Yes.
Keep in mind it's 1993. The internet is not this widely known concept.
Yeah.
So he's like, "So I take this computer and I take this cord and I plug it into the modem, which plugs into the computer, and now I can like connect with people outside the house, and there's an online forum, and you can meet other people in the online forum and have one-on-one private conversations with them." And they're all blown away by this. It's great. It's fucking great.
They're blown away, but they are also completely like stranger danger sketched out.
I think it's all. Although, like, kind of like peers in, and he's like, "Well, what's this like heated conversation that you're having with this woman?" They're flirting. They're just doing like casual flirting, and Eddie's like, "Oh," he's like embarrassed, and he's like, "Oh, well, I started talking to this woman like a couple months ago, and we just connected on it like on a deep level. Like, I tell her all my inner feelings, she tells me all her inner feelings, and I don't know, like, there's just something between me and her." And all of a sudden, like, Alda looks closer, and she like has a new message, and it says something like, "Oh, I'm going to be moving to France in like 2 days, but I'll be having a layover in New York City. Like, we should meet up." Eddie panics. He panics at the disco.
Oh, totally, because this is not what he expected. Like, as far as Eddie's concerned, all she was ever going to be was just like these words on a screen.
However, like a flirtatious romance had blossomed, and this woman, who we later learn her name is Rachel, is looking for a deeper connection. We'll get into it shortly, but hold on. So the catch is Eddie doesn't want this to happen because he has told Rachel online that he basically described Aldo to Rachel as like how he looks. He's just like tall, dark, handsome man, muscular, very fit, athletic.
Like they haven't scanned in pictures or anything, but he's just described himself as looking like Aldo.
Aldo like takes over the computer and he's like, "Yes, you're coming here tomorrow, like drive down and we'll have a great time." And Eddie's like freaking out and he's all panicked and it's not going to end well. But hold on. While I was watching this, I had a thought.
Okay.
I was like, is this the first time in the history of entertainment that we got like a catfish situation?
It actually might be.
And then,
well, okay. At least with, like, a computer, because I'm sure there were, like, personal ad storylines.
Yeah.
In past sitcoms.
Well, I know, like, a year or two later, we got The Truth About Cats and Dogs came out with Uma Thurman and Janine Garofalo, and it was kind of like this scenario. I think as far as, like, the term catfish, which strictly involves the internet, So, did this show, Down the Shore, unknowingly invent the catfish?
I think they did.
Should we contact Nev? What's his name? Nev?
I just remember reading something, and he was just such an asshole in the interview. I was like, wow.
I know people have strangely turned on him for some reason. I don't really know why, because I don't really follow the show. I don't know. If you know the story, tweet us at Very Podcast and tell us. So, can I tell you a story about my patfish situation?
Yeah, tell me your story about the patfish.
I'm kind of afraid to tell it, but I feel like it's a story that needs to be told. So I had a friend who stopped talking to us one day, stopped talking to the friend group, and we wanted to know why. And I think I was probably a junior in high school at this point. So we wanted to know why. So we decided to hey, let's go online and pretend we're a hot chick, and we'll just start IMing our friend from a flirtatious standpoint, and then slowly start to ask questions about his friends.
Okay.
And then slowly try to figure out why he doesn't want to be friends with us anymore. And this is I had just gotten a scanner. So I went into a magazine. I went to I don't know, it was maybe an Entertainment Weekly or Rolling Stone, and I just found a random Tommy Hilfiger ad. And there was just a girl wearing a Tommy Hilfiger shirt, and I scanned it, so it said this was me, and it wasn't a hot model, like a obnoxiously hot model. It was just how sometimes Tommy Hilfiger used to use regular people kind of models.
Yeah,
it was one of those, and he was just well, you're a knockout. And then I was yes, I am a knockout. Then he sent a picture of him and his girlfriend, and he cropped his girlfriend out of the picture.
Oh my god!
But you can see a quarter of her face.
Oh jeez.
To this day, I don't know if he knows, but he might now, because I don't know if he knows about the podcast.
Did you ever find out why he stopped being friends with you guys?
All right, so he was a little bit older, out of high school, and he just thought it was weird that he still hung around with high school kids, and he just wanted to get away from that. But I don't know, that's all he had to say. He's just had to tell us hey, I'm 22, you guys are 17, we shouldn't be hanging out. And I was just oh, he probably wanted to do 22-year-old things, but I don't know, he just disappeared, just stopped hanging out with us. But we're friends now. We reconnected. When I was 21, he actually took me out for my birthday and bought me one of my first illegal drinks. So, and then I went to Las Vegas with him too.
Okay.
And we shared a room.
Okay.
Got drunk and had fun. And
alrighty.
I don't think he knows what this podcast is, so I think I'm safe.
I think you're safe.
Don't ruin this for me, Jill Buck. Don't ruin this for me, Jill Buck.
Ruin it for him, Jill. Ruin it for him.
Always telling people about my podcast. Don't tell coworkers that I have a podcast, because I think I've talked about them before.
Yeah. She, my coworkers know I have a podcast, but they're so confused by the concept that I think maybe 3 have listened.
And they're doing a theme song for us, apparently, allegedly.
Oh, those guys, yeah. One of them doesn't work with us anymore.
Oh, well, you know what? You're not working with Kat anymore, so make a podcast. I mean, make a theme song. All right, where are we at Down the Shore? Let's get back to it.
Okay, so Eddie finds out she's gonna come visit. He's nervous about her visiting, and one of the girls just types okay for her to come visit, and he's freaking out. He goes out and he buys wine and cheese, because she's supposed to just come for an hour or something, just to meet.
Yeah, they don't specify.
Okay, can we talk about how awful her meeting plan is to come to his house?
Well, I think the internet was new.
Yeah.
And this is probably a very trusting time, I'm guessing.
It's before everybody knew about the internet, so I'm gonna give her that.
Yeah, this is before we had that, those weird articles, in Time magazine that says, the safe way to meet, your online pal.
Yeah.
It's so different now. Because now there's video technology, and now we have pretty much cameras at a disposable. So now you know what people look like. You can FaceTime with people. You can do Google Hangouts. So it's completely different now. So if no one wanted to FaceTime you, that would be a huge red flag.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, so when I was doing that Tinder thing, I remember there are definitely guys who wrote very sketchy. There are definitely con artists out there on Tinder, ladies. Be wary. There was I remember one guy. Actually, this wasn't even the guy I met on Tinder. This is some just. Oh, you know what? This might be why you can never find my name on Google. I think I had to make my settings super private because this weird guy added me. that I had, like, never talked to, never looked up. And, like, I remember I was at work one day and my phone starts vibrating, and this random person I have never, like, even replied to is trying to video chat with me.
Oh, we talked about this before, because I think we were in the middle of doing a podcast, and all of a sudden you were like, wait a second, I'm getting a call. I'm getting a call from somebody.
Like, that was, like, a different one. There's, like, another random, like, this random person I'd, like, never replied to would, like, send me these messages. He's like, I have to save you. I need to be... I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, I think I finally said to him, I was like, dude, I have a boyfriend. I don't know who you are. I never searched you out. Yada, yada, yada. And I was like, no.
You had to put your foot down, you just stomp him out, you just smush him out like a cigarette on the ground. Do the cigarette smush dance. Alright, so I think, like, if as a cautionary tale, I think to people out there today, if you spark up an internet relationship with someone, maybe, like, send them a text and ask for, like, a very specific picture. Be like, hey, send me a pic right now of, like, you holding up, like, today's newspaper and a Carmex chapstick.
Yeah.
Which is, like, something you probably will never find online if you do a Google image search.
I'll be like, well, I don't have CarMax. Here's EOS, and I don't read newspaper, but here's my Kindle with USA Today.
I don't know, just something. Be like, find something.
Or just be like, okay, send me a picture of you with something orange.
No, but you can even Google that, I think. You know what? Send me a video of you saying, hi, Cod Halstead, the author. I am Ronaldo from the next town over, and I want to go to Dutch Brothers Coffee with you.
Oh my god, I swear to god, if I start getting weird DMs of video messages, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Can we make that the new meme? Like, send Cat Halstead, the author, a video of you saying, hello, my name is from wherever.
Oh my gosh.
Send me a friend request on Facebook or whatever. I don't even care. Where are we at down the shore? Now that we've done our cyber corner.
So Eddie's getting ready for her to come, and he at this point has not told Aldo or Zach or anybody that he told her that he looks like Aldo. So, and the doorbell, he thinks she's late. She thinks she's, like, gotten cold feet. She's not going to answer back because it's, like, 12 o'clock on the dot, and she's not there. And then he's like, okay, I'm just going to take this cheese and this wine down to the mission because she's obviously not coming. And then the doorbell ringing.
So the doorbell rings. The doorbell rings the first time. It's a little boy. It's a little boy from earlier. He shows up.
Yeah.
And he's like, is Donna home? Like, I'm hungry. I want some ice cream. And it's like, oh, and Eddie's, like, relieved. He's like, oh, yeah, this is, like, why he's like, yeah, she's not going to show. But then, hold on, the doorbell rings the second time. And who is it? Who walks in the door?
Kathy freaking Ireland.
This is peak Kathy Ireland. She is probably
yes.
She's, like, the go-to girl. She's the it girl of the moment. And that's why I knew I have seen this before, because I specifically remember this episode. I remember, we were in 5th grade at this time, right?
Yeah, we were in 5th grade for sure.
I remember being in 5th grade. My friend Eric that lived down the corner, him and I were obsessed with Kathy Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, like, a store, there was, like, a convenience store that sold, like, beer and stuff, and they had a Kathy Ireland cutout, and we used to go in there and, like, look at the Kathy Ireland cutout and, like, I don't know, like, touch its boob and stuff. Be like, oh my god, I just touched Kathy Ireland's boob.
Well, this is the year she got the swimsuit, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit calendar cover.
Oh yeah, like this, like I remember I wanted that so bad. And like that was so taboo. I was like, oh my god, like
you can buy it for $25 on Amazon.
You can, and I might buy it. I might actually buy it. But I remember, like, imagine yourself being like 11 years old, and it's like you feel like in your mind that, like, you totally could just go to the store and just buy.
Actually, you know what? My dad bought the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition this year.
Oh, everybody bought it. Every man.
Everybody bought it. Like, my dad never bought magazines like this.
But
Never.
But it was Kathy Ireland. It was fucking Kathy Ireland. Queen of 1993. And I remember just, like, being in school, and we were talking about the commercial for this. It was like, tonight on Down the Shore, Kathy Ireland has guest starred. We were just all like, I was like, I have to stay up tonight. Like, I was like, Mom, can I stay up late tonight? And I was like, I just want to watch the show that's on after this repeat of The Simpsons. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. And going to school the next day, and like there was a couple of kids that weren't allowed to stay up, but I was, and I was like talking about it, and I was like saying that like, oh, Kathy Ireland came down in her swimsuit. Yeah, she like shows up at one point in her swimsuit in this episode. It was wild. I just remember we talked about this for like weeks. Like I think I even taped it.
Yeah.
You know what? I totally had this on tape. And I did not realize it was this show until I watched it at 3 a.m. last night. And I was like, wait a second.
You're like, hold up.
This is the show.
This is the show.
This is that show. Kathy Ireland shows up. Eddie panics and he's like, this is Eddie right here. And he points to Aldo. Kathy kind of like goes around the room and she like introduces herself to everybody. And she kind of like figures out who everybody is. And then she comes to the real Eddie at the end, and she's like, you must be Aldo. I've heard all about you. Which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird if you think about it.
Okay, like, the thing that gets me is, she's like, you must be Zach, you're Arden, and you're Donna, and you're, like, whoever the other one is. I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. And she gets to Eddie, and I think there's part of her that suspects.
Yeah, I kind of gathered that too, but...
Because the way she's like, and you're Aldo, who's supposed to be like this ladies' man.
There's definitely like a weird Eddie-Aldo thing going on, like the way that Eddie talks up Aldo, like the way that he talked up him on the internet to Rachel.
Yeah.
So it's just like, whoa. It's like, so Eddie and Aldo are like childhood friends, we learn. Like they've been friends since they were like young kids. They were like their first BFFs.
Yeah. I'm
guessing that, they probably hit their teenage years. Eddie probably got a little heavy. Aldo became like a stud. And I just gathered that Eddie was just like envious of Aldo all these years.
Oh, I'm sure.
And the reason, it's like, it's weird to think, Eddie picked Aldo to like model himself after on this online forum.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Eddie is not very experienced with women. There's like, I think he like loses his virginity in one of the first episodes of the series.
Ooh, good to know.
And like he's not comfortable. Like there's an episode in the first season where he's not even comfortable. He won't take his shirt off on the beach. And it's the same episode where the guys had gone to a wet t-shirt contest and the girls were like, oh, okay, so it's okay for you to go ogle breasts at a wet t-shirt contest, but if we take our tops off here on the beach, you guys freak out because like Zach tries to cover them up and he's like, girls, you can't do this. And they're like, why? We're just sunbathing. And then they break the tension and Eddie's able to take his shirt off.
Hashtag free the nipple. Hashtag free the nipple.
So he is definitely just unexperienced one.
Oh, for sure.
So
Eddie looks up to Aldo, and like Aldo is like the sex god to him. Like he's like Eddie deep down just wishes he could be Aldo. And I guess for one weekend or one night, I guess he gets to live through his fantasy through Aldo, because Aldo just poses as Eddie the whole night. Rachel, I guess, she is smitten by Aldo. Like she is turned on by him.
Yeah, I mean, he's attractive. He's a very attractive man. And, at this point, she, this is what she knows. This is what she believes Eddie looks like. So the sweet, romantic guy she's been talking to is this, as far as she's concerned. Though there's part of her that totally thinks something's up.
Yeah, because when it's kind of weird. So when Aldo as Eddie and Rachel hang out, Eddie as Aldo is always around.
Yeah.
And he's always kind of saying thoughtful things. And then Rachel will look longingly at him and just be like, oh, like, you're exactly the way that Eddie described you.
Yeah, and like he'll accidentally slip about things that he knows because she has, of course, told him because he is really Eddie. Like things about like exes or her life. As Aldo, he'll be like, oh, Eddie told me about that. And she's like, Eddie told you?
Yeah, because...
So they're not smooth.
Aldo as Eddie will try to explain it, but he's just very jittery, very confused at it.
Yeah.
But then Eddie as Aldo is just very suave about it. And it's actually like, I feel like Eddie as Aldo is more confident. So he kind of gets to just be a different person for a moment. And I think that slowly builds his confidence up.
Yes, it definitely does.
I guess Rachel is initially only supposed to be there for like an hour, and then she extends it. She's like, you know what? Maybe I don't have to fly out until tomorrow, so maybe I'll just spend the night.
Like, till tomorrow night, so I can stay longer.
This puts Aldo as Eddie into like overdrive, so now he's just like, whoa, like she's really like putting the fucking pedal to the metal right now. And it seems like she's DTF. Although as Eddie is just like, there's a definite moment where she's like, hey, I think we should go upstairs. And Aldo's Eddie's like, yeah, let's go. And they go upstairs, and Eddie is Aldo. This is like so weird to say.
This whole setup is just...
Eddie is Aldo's heartbroken. He's just crushed, just destroyed. And he's just very disappointed in himself and in his friend that his friend would do this to him. Mm-hmm. And we cut till, like, is it the next morning or is it later on that night?
No, it's like 20 minutes later.
Is it that fast?
Yes, because they get into the room and Aldo can't do this. He confesses everything.
He confesses.
Aldo as Eddie confesses everything.
So Rachel comes downstairs.
And Rachel's upset, so she goes to confront Eddie. And then he talks about his own insecurities. Like, she thinks people only want to talk to her because she's beautiful. They don't want to, like, get to know her. Which is what Eddie did. Eddie got to know her because they were just, like, talking. He had no clue what she looked like.
Rachel says, you know, that's the reason why I went on the internet. Is because I could just be my actual self. When I go out, when I hang out with people perceive me as one way because I'm a conventionally attractive woman. But I'm more than just a conventionally attractive woman.
Yeah.
There's brains behind this. I have thoughts, I have feelings, I have emotions, and I'm not a shallow person. Everyone thinks I'm a shallow person. Maybe she doesn't keep great company, I'm guessing. I don't know her full situation. That's why she's escaping to France, because she just wants to get away from her hometown. Maybe she was like the cool girl in high school. Maybe she was like the cheerleader. She was the popular girl, and that's just all people see her as. That's kind of what I gathered, and she just wanted a fresh start somewhere else.
Yeah, she wanted a fresh start. She was going to France to study, because I guess she's probably like in some sort of graduate program or something.
Oh yeah, she's a brain. She's smart to boot.
But most people don't see that. They only see like swimsuit model looking girl.
Yeah, and we get that because there's a point where Aldo as Eddie and Rachel go to the beach and she's wearing a swimsuit. Yeah, I'm guessing if you have Kathy Ireland on your show, you have to have her wear a swimsuit
or something sexy, depending on like what type of show it is. But something definitely sexy.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is like her cardboard cutout outfit right here.
Her current intimates line is very cute.
Kathy Ireland corner.
Looks like it's actually comfortable.
We kind of expected her to go that shallow route. You would think of her as the traditional model. She doesn't have any business sense or savvy, but she has gone on to have an illustrious career.
Yeah, she's like
very successful.
Worth like $420 million. And oh my god, this stuff is cute.
And she tweeted me one time. She tweeted me.
She did.
So when I first got Twitter, I was just like, I just very jokingly said, like, somewhere in America, there's an empty warehouse with a bunch of Kathy Ireland cardboard cutouts. Mm-hmm. And she replied, like, 6 months later, that must be a lonely room then. Yeah. Or something similar. I forget. I can look it up, but I don't feel like it right now.
Like, okay, so here's the thing. I'm, like, looking at Kathy Ireland's store right now. Like, it's on Amazon. And her stuff's actually, like, cute. Like, sometimes you get, like, fashion models who, like, have a line. It's not cute stuff. No, I, like, legit just put something in my cart.
Let's see it.
I did. I totally just put something in my cart. It's just a nightgown.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it looks like her stuff's actually comfortable.
Yeah, so Kathy Ireland, she sold clothes for Kmart and like had like a lifestyle line for Kmart for a while. I think she moved away. I think she's moved away from that though. I think she's branched out.
Yeah, well, Kmart barely exists now. Let's be real.
That is true. And I know that she did a lot of work with Elizabeth Taylor, trying to do some work for the AIDS crisis of the 90s.
Because I'm on her website and she's got like stuff about teaching you how to be financially smart.
She's been on an episode of Boy Meets World.
Yes.
She's been on Melrose Place. She's the star of the like the fourth person in on Necessary Roughness, the Sam Bakula football movie. I think.
Oh my god, I forgot about that movie.
How could you forget about Necessary Roughness?
Listen, my brain is filled with lots of junk, dude.
I remember when USA Network came out with a TV show called Necessary Roughness. I was like, oh, is this the Kathy Ireland movie, like remade into a TV series? But it was not. It was It was about like a therapist.
Oh.
I kept waiting for Kathy Ireland to show up, but she never did. But she's a great gal. Like, shall we honor her, honorary gal pal, Kathy Ireland?
She is 100% a gal pal.
Oh, for sure. And she made this episode fun. She added character to it. She's a great actress. She's done a lot of acting. Maybe come Christmas we can watch one of her Christmas movies where she plays Santa's daughter who gets amnesia and has to try to find her way back home to the North Pole. Isn't it like Once Upon a Christmas or something?
Something like that. There's like 5 movies in this series. The first one's like okay, and then they just.
But I think she's only in the first 2 though. I think she's only in the first 2.
Maybe I don't even know. Like
she's in Once Upon a and Twice Upon a. That's it. And she's like, I'm out. I got a business empire to run. I don't got time for this stuff. I don't got time to be the star of these lame movies. You can do Thrice Upon a Christmas. I don't care. For all I care, just recast me.
Oh, God. She used to do fitness videos. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Let's get physical.
Dude, I'm totally going on YouTube and finding one of those.
Yeah, maybe we could do some Pilates with Kathy Ireland later on tonight.
Probably won't. Yeah, she was only in the Once Upon and Twice Upon a Christmas.
It's like Home Alone. It's like in Home Alone 3, there's a new Kevin McAllister.
That one doesn't count. And Home Alone 4 sure doesn't count.
Are we missing anything on Down the Shore? Okay,
so Eddie and Rachel end up talking all night on the beach, and then she goes home. Then they're getting ready to leave they're getting ready to go back to the city, and the doorbell rings, and it's Kevin and his mom. And the mom's got the kid's, ear, between her 2 fingers, because she's, been dragging him across the street, because he is a little piece of work is what he is.
Yeah, so apparently,
and
the reason why the little kid's been showing up all along is because he's been stealing from the house.
Yes, he's a little thief.
But then when I was thinking about it,
Donna starts being like, "You can't hold a child like that. Why would you do this to this poor child? He's innocent." And then the mom's like, "Yeah."
And she empties out a bag, and it's got Zach's watch. It's got Eddie's alarm clock.
It's Arden's watch, Zach's wallet, Donna's alarm clock, and Donna's like, "How did you do this? I was with you every second." And he goes, "Look, a raccoon." And Donna's like, "Where?
See, I'm just a mischievous little fuck.
And then he took something out of her pocket, and she's like, "Oh, you little," and she grabbed him by the ear and dragged him out. She's like, "You never come back here again."
He's gone. Little boy's gone. Kevin, was that his name? Kevin, I believe it was.
Yes.
He was no Kevin McAllister. That's all I gotta say.
No, but he was in 12 episodes of Grace Under Fire.
Oh.
An episode of Mad About You, and an episode of Ned and Stacy.
Okay.
And he was in the 1993 Dennis the Menace movie as Joey.
That's how I know him. I knew I fucking knew him. I was like, he looks wildly familiar. Oh, fucking put that in your pipe and smoke it. I wonder where he is today. I wonder what he's doing right now.
I don't know.
Little boy from Down the Shore and who plays Joey in Dennis the Menace with Mason Gamble. Tweet us at Very Podcast if you find this.
His name is Keelan Hathaway.
Keelan Hathaway? If you find this, tweet us.
Mm-hmm.
Something just fell on me.
Yeah, what the hell's going on over there?
A coat a part of the coat hanger just fell on me, and I don't know how that happened.
What the hell, dude? What the hell?
Alright. Have we talked about what we're doing next week?
No.
I sent you a hot suggestion. You probably didn't read it.
I probably don't remember it, because I think you sent it to me when I was otherwise occupied.
Alright, so we're gonna wind down on our summer theme. We're just gonna kind of wind down. There's only one way that you can end a summer vacation is by. There's only one way that you can end beach month, and it's by going on a grand vacation. So I think we should end. We should end our summer episodes with the Brady Bunch goes to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, okay.
So next week we're gonna end off summer, and then it's just gonna be just straight up regular episodes until Halloween, except for our big 5-year spectacular episode coming in September.
Oh my god. 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years of this fucking...
5 years of this nonsense?
Right? So who knows?
What is wrong with us?
So you're going to be just shaking in your boots when you find out what we got for you for year 5. It's going to be great. AKA, we literally have no idea what it is yet. Where can you follow our wild adventures, Kettle, said the author?
You can find us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can find us at A Very Special Podcast on Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram. Do not accept imitations.
No.
You can find us at veryspecialpodcast.com, saltyrockmedia.com. You can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Podcoin, Spotify, all that good stuff.
What is Podcoin? Did you say Podcoin?
I don't know. I did mention Podcoin. Do you know what that is?
Alright, so it's a hot new app that literally pays you. Yes, it pays you to listen to podcasts. You just listen to the podcast, earn Podcoins, and you can redeem them for hot items like Amazon gift cards, or Starbucks gift cards, Dunkin' Donuts gift cards, or you can even donate to charity. So download the app today, download it from your favorite app store, and use code VERYSPECIAL to earn 300 Podcoins right off the bat. Oh yeah, that's all I gotta say. Oh yeah. And as always, girl,
Bye!
watch the skies for that random ass coat hanger piece that just fell on top of me.